இந்த வீடியோவை இணைந்து வழங்குவது பிரைவ் மல்டிகுஷன் ரெஸ்டாரண்ட் இன் மயிலாப்பூர்.
Irumbu Thirai, actually, I've never had so much faith in a new director. First of all, new director nale konjam bayam. But the conviction that Mithran has, it's like as if he's ஒரு 10 படம் பண்ணி அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு conviction and confidence இருந்தது. And I thought that it's definitely commercial film ஆனா very practical and convincing and logical commercial film. So it was, I was convinced to take that, I haven't worked with a newcomer, but I'm happy, very happy I made this decision because I have faith in the final product. Teaser kuda romba nalla, applause, it got a lot of appreciation. So I'm very happy with how the film has turned out, and release is nearby. Character is very calm, composed, very mature, எல்லா படத்துலயும் ஹீரோ அந்த bubbly, chirpy, cute. It was so refreshing to not try to be cute at all, to just be subtle. நான் நிஜமாவே எப்படி பேசுறேனோ அப்படிதான் படத்துலயும் கொஞ்சம் கியூட்டா இருங்க அது மாதிரிலாம் எதுவுமே இல்லாம. விஷால் பத்தி எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும், he is a brat and it was extremely fun. And I think கொஞ்ச நாளா நான் வந்து like I've been working with little senior heroes, Vijay sir, Surya sir, anga like little bit like whether it's Mahesh sir or Junior Hero, they're all a little bit in the senior thing. So working with Vishal was like, I felt like I'm older and I felt like I'm way more mature than this person. So it was very refreshing and nice. And this is definitely, I'm very proud that I'm part of இந்த படம். அவரோட இந்த படம் வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு புதுசான படம். And taking George is really the backbone of the film. George ko Mithran avங்களுக்கு ஒரு love relationship இருக்கும். They are like they are just in sync. So the combinations worked out really well, I feel. I really hope that it translates on screen. Now வந்து see, when I இப்போ மகாநட்டிக்கு டப் பண்ணேன், எனக்கு மகாநட்டி இது அப்போ இங்க ஸ்ட்ரைக் வந்தது, and ஸ்ட்ரைக் வந்ததுனால I was shooting there continuously, and suddenly padam release nu soltaanga. It was illana I really wanted dub. Na Telugu dub pandren, yen Tamil la panna maatan. So enakku romba ஒரு மாதிரியா தான் இருக்கு. I couldn't, because எல்லாம் ஸ்ட்ரைக் இருந்தது, டப்பன் ஸ்ட்ரைக் முடிஞ்சது, அதுக்கப்புறம் படம் ரிலீஸ்ன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்க. I didn't have time to cancel shoot and come and dub, and மகாநட்டி டப்பிங்கும் போயிட்டு இருந்தது. So I couldn't leave. அதுக்கு நடுவில் half dubbing la poitu. I couldn't leave Hyderabad and come here also. So I was shooting there, night shooting பண்ணிட்டு morning மகாநட்டி dub பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். அது மாதிரி like ஒரு வாரம் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன், like without sleep. So it's not like நான் வந்து சும்மா அங்க உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இங்க dubbing வர மாட்டேன்னு சொன்னேன். அது மாதிரி I'm not like that. I know how big it is in the marriage. இது உடைக்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு படம் பத்தாது, 2 படம் பத்தாது, ஒரு 10 படம் வரணும், ஹிட் வந்துட்டே இருக்கணும், அப்போதான் அது மாறும். இல்லைன்னா it's not enough. I feel I can see it's not enough if one Rangastilam gets hit, one Irumbu Thirai gets hit. I need to constantly churn out hits for at least 5 to 6 films for that mentality to change, that a married heroine can continue to. எனக்கு வந்து அவ்வளோ டைம் இருக்காது to because I want to have a family and I want to settle down eventually. So எனக்கு அவ்வளோ டைம் இருக்காது to prove this point for many years and go. But I feel that I will lay the foundation for my future, for future heroines to never be scared, to that their career will get over. I think that I can do that. I can set the precedence for the future. Maybe I don't know how long I can go personally in proving this point, because it's a very big point to prove. But I feel I will make that little mark for the next set of girls now. In Bollywood, it's different, but the fact that Rangasthalam kapro yarume ennala edume bad didn't come for the film, they just forgot the fact that I married, and they said what a lovely pairing, and how they work together so well, they should do another film together. I heard these kind of comments. So I think maybe if I just continue to do good roles and not just be there in the film, but actually have something to do in the film and make my mark very strong, then I think you can't ignore me. இல்லை, என் ஃபேமிலி சப்போர்ட் இல்லாமல் என்ன வந்தாலும் என்ன கான்ட்ரவர்சி வந்தாலும், லைக் அந்த ரங்கஸ்தலம் அந்த கிஸ்ஸிங் சீனை பற்றி எல்லாரும் வந்து லைக் பெரிய there was on Twitter, people were abusing எப்படி நீ கல்யாணம் பண்ணி இது மாதிரிலாம் பண்ணலாம். But when my father-in-law Samantha வரல that was his exact expression was like, what do you think Twitter? So and I come from that family where in the pakko Ramanaidu and the pakko, so it's like too big, they're very sensitive, but it's the opposite if you sit down in a living room with them, because they're the most supportive and most understanding, even more understanding than normal homes, so I think that is my greatest support, that I can go to work every day without any fear that நான் ஏதாவது தப்பு பண்ணிடுவேனா இல்லாட்டி ஏதாவது கான்ட்ரவர்சி வந்துருமா, like because I know that they handle it even better than நானே வந்து சில டைம் I'll be like தப்பு பண்ணேனா என்ன பண்ணேன், like வேற ஏதாவது பண்ணிருக்கணும், ஆனா they are even more cooler than I am. That was exactly my question when everybody asked me about that, like when you sit down with heroes who are married who do lip lock, do you ask them அந்த lip lock பண்ணீங்கல அது எப்படி இருந்தது, like யாராவது அப்படி கேட்பாங்களா? It's just when it's a heroine and when it's the girl, it's this is made such a big deal of. You never ask a married superstar, so now that you're married, is your craze going to reduce? So I think that the only way I can answer this is by doing strong roles and refusing to be ignored. If I do the same things that I was doing a few years back, like just a normal heroine, then everybody has the right to say, podum, it's not working out. But if I keep churning out films where the roles are good, I don't think I can be. I am definitely in search of content, very strong content. I am doing films this year that only have content, and also I'm not looking for films ipo mahanati nadigar telugamla na vandu title role illa, I'm not doing the title role. I am in search of roles that I connect to and I believe in, and I don't care as long as அவங்க எல்லாரும் சொல்றாங்க அந்த ரோலுக்கு சமந்தா நல்லா பண்ணாங்க போதும் எனக்கு, ஸோ எனக்கு வந்து நான் தான் போஸ்டரில் இருக்கணும், நான் தான் 5 பாட்டில் இருக்கணும், like and that has not been my focus. It's more about enjoying my work and doing justice to the role that is given to me. It's truly lovely, journalist Anna. That journalist set in 1980, when a time 1980, like a Brahmin girl who's usually not allowed to work, she's the only girl in her whole office, so like every day to go to work is a fight at home. It was so lovely to be that timid yet strong girl, and this journalist is, yeah, see my hair and no stud, and I studied to be a doctor, but I'm a journalist. And when my mother asked me, I was like, Ma, don't ask me these questions. But at the same time, 1980 be like, oh no, yeah, I'll go, I promise, please give me, like, it's like just such a at least sometimes we feel like as women there has not been any change, like there's not been any freedom to do what we want. But when I was playing a journalist in 1980, very well written characters, and a journalist now in today's age, in my thinking, in my performance, in just my thinking, like when I wore those clothes 1980, like, and I became that person, and it was easy to understand how life would have been during that time, how difficult it would be for a girl to actually keep her marriage on hold, and when that's the only topic every single day at home, marriage, and you have to fight it and go to work. As opposed to now, where marriage comes up much later. When you're 28, 29, then your family goes crazy, but until then they give you that space. So it was really nice to just see how that women's roles have changed. நாங்கள் வந்து பெருசாக படத்தை பற்றி வீட்டில் பேச மாட்டோம். 6 o'clock அப்புறம் we don't really talk about films, because according to him, he taught me the best was the best piece of advice is to treat it as a job. ஏன்னா 6 o'clock அப்புறம் கூட நான் ஸ்டார் அதெல்லாம், that's what you're not able to tell the difference between job and reality. It's like after 6 o'clock everything is normal. நாங்கள் தான் like வீட்டில் all work, everything, nobody's allowed to talk about films, nobody's allowed to, even in his house, both sides, வீட்டில் வந்து சினிமா பற்றி பேசுறதில்ல. Well, they've taken the first step of hanging for kids, but I think that it should just be hang for rape completely. I think when other countries have much more brutal punishments, I think that it should be the same way for us. But anyways, this is the first step. At least now there is hanging thing. I'm sure that soon there will be another ordinance passed which is hanging for rape completely for any age. Is it just limited to the cinema industry is the bigger question. It's existing in every industry, in every workplace. I can't comment about each and everybody's virtues. I can't sit down here and argue for every single person of the industry, every person in the industry, but I have worked in this industry and in both industries, Tamil and Telugu, and this has been my home for the last 8 years. And yeah, you can say that I had it easy. I had hits, and I became a bigger star, and I didn't have much of a struggle because my first film was a hit. But I believe honestly with all my heart that there is a lot of good in this industry. I have met the best people, whether it is directors, producers, my staff, assistants, makeup artists, lightmen. I have found the most beautiful human beings, the most helpful human beings, the most loyal human beings in this industry, which is why I can't even think of leaving this movie industry even after I have a baby, and I want to be a part of this not for the fame, not even on screen but off screen, because I love with all my heart this industry and the people in and this industry is the people in it. So there will be few black sheep. I can't negate some bad experiences of women, men, I just, for that one reason, there is going to start, we are starting that a forum for grievances, and I think that's a very good step, so that nobody's fearful anymore. And I think that's a step in the right direction. I like in corporate, there's more, if they're very stringent rules. I believe that now stringent rules will be brought into the industry as well. Is it just limited to the cinema industry? Is the bigger question. It's existing in every industry, in every workplace. I can't comment about each and everybody's virtues. I can't sit down here and argue for every single person of the industry, every person in the industry. But I have worked in this industry and in both industries, Tamil and Telugu, and this has been my home for the last 8 years. And yeah, you can say that I had it easy. I had hits, and I became a bigger star, and I didn't have much of a struggle because my first film was a hit. But I believe honestly with all my heart that there is a lot of good in this industry. I have met the best people, whether it is directors, producers, my staff, assistants, makeup artists, lightmen. I have found the most beautiful human beings, the most helpful human beings, the most loyal human beings in this industry, which is why I can't even think of leaving this movie industry even after I have a baby, and I want to be a part of this not for the fame, not even on screen but off screen, because I love with all my heart this industry and the people and this industry is the people in it. So there will be few black sheep, I can't negate some bad experiences of women, men. I just, for that one reason, there is going to start, we are starting that a forum for grievances, and I think that's a very good step, so that nobody's fearful anymore. And I think that's a step in the right direction. Like in corporate, there's more, if they're very stringent rules. I believe that now stringent rules will be brought into the industry as well. My priority is that I've always wanted a family. I've always wanted baby. I've always wanted that. I've always wanted to be a good mother, a good wife. So that's my priority. Everybody else has different priority.